My name is Braylon, and I live here in Memphis. I've been noticing not just a slight change, more of a detrimental change in like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff. I couldn't play because I was worried that somebody might pull out a gun or something, but now I could do that, and I just wanted to thank the President of the United States for bringing the National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it amazing that a kid can articulate himself and talk about I can play outside because I was afraid of guns? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't this the community that we want?
Listen up.
Yes.
Sir, I want you to listen up.
Yes, ma'am.
You got an atrocious record.
Right.
These charges are violent in nature.
Despite his criminal history, Jacoby Tillman was granted a $9,500 bond and released from jail this weekend. He's accused of trying to rape a woman on the Little Econ Greenway Trail this summer. The Orange County Sheriff's Office released this surveillance video shortly after the attack in July. Tillman was just arrested this month on charges of attempted sexual battery, strangulation, and false imprisonment.
What bothers the court in setting bond in this case is that, he's got some violent offenses and a violent history, and these are violent offenses. But nonetheless, I think that the bonds is set.
We've been looking into Tillman's record, too, and found out he was also arrested after grabbing a woman in the same area 3 years ago.
Context, you can read it over here, just pause the video. But my point is with this video, he has a gangster record and he got billed $9,500. In other words, you're only going to pay 10%, $950.
No kings. Unless it was during the pandemic when all the mom and pop businesses were shut down, but the government said it was totally fine for all the major super rich corporations to continue operating. But I didn't really care because as long as I could get my Starbucks and go to Target, I was fine. No kings. Except during the pandemic when we told people that they would lose their job unless they took a certain medical product, or they couldn't even go into certain restaurants without vaccine paperwork. That was crazy, but I didn't really care because I just complied. No kings. Remember when we also told people that they had to not visit their loved ones that were sick and dying in the hospital, the elderly? They had to die alone. That was really sad. We shut down the schools, completely wrecked the developmental learning for a whole generation. I mean, that was tragic, but we don't really talk about that because that's over now. New outrage, no kings.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's so bad now, my kids hate school. I got a kid that's 6 and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so bad now, my kids hate school. I have to be a very extra active father just because of this.
Remember when we were told over and over if we got that medical product, we for sure would not get sick. And even though the people that got it immediately did get sick, we were for sure told they wouldn't spread it. And then that gradually became, well, like 95%, like 75%. Okay, there's no evidence it does what we told everyone it does, but we've already made everyone take it that would anyway. And no one really cared because it's new outrage time, no kings. And do you remember during that time, anyone who tried to bring attention to these issues on social media was censored or their account was banned? And limiting free speech at that time seemed okay to me. I didn't really think about it. No kings. You don't hate authoritarianism. You just hate what you're told to hate by the algorithm and the news outlets. Be so for real. I just wish the anti-authoritarian energy was present during actual tyranny from both the federal and local governments during that time. But no, of course not. And it's not authoritarianism if the majority of the people voted for it, both popular vote and electoral votes, people wanted the border secure. So settle down and start thinking for yourself. Turn off the TikTok. It's gonna be okay.
I think she mentioned some interesting point. And I know some Democrats are gonna be like, yeah, but ICE has mess and they're deporting people that are illegal, but it's not against the crime. I'm like, at least we're not telling you something is not happening, but then suddenly it might be okay and suddenly it's okay.
This absolutely applies in the UK as well.
If a conservative is a vegan, they don't eat meat. If a liberal is a vegetarian or vegan, they want to ban meat products for everyone. I found if a conservative is gay, they live their life and respect other people's choices. If a liberal is gay, they demand respect, even if it has to be legislated. If a conservative is down and out on their situation, they think about, how can I improve? How can I better where I'm at? I'm Misty. If a liberal is down and out, they want someone to take care of them. It's everybody else's fault.
That is what I was told. And when I told them, well, I had a father and I'm disciplined, they either say you were lucky or whitewashed.
If a conservative doesn't like a talk show, a TikTok, they simply switch channels or swipe up. A liberal, they're going to demand that video be removed, that talk show be canceled. If a conservative is a non-believer, they simply don't go to church. If a liberal is a non-believer, they think all religion should be removed from every facet of life.
I know many conservatives that just want to chill and do whatever they want. I know many liberals, way more, that think religion, any religion, is a cancer. Unless they're talking about...
If a conservative believes he needs health care, he goes shopping for it or finds a job that'll provide it. A liberal, they're demanding that the rest of us pay for their health care. It should be universal. A conservative, he realizes that they're responsible for their emotions, their responses, their actions, their triggers. A liberal, they want to blame their triggers, their issues, their misfortunes on everyone else. They never take responsibility. If a conservative watches this, he's going to forward it to a few of his friends for a laugh. A liberal is going to try to get it deleted, taken down, because they're offended. They're tricked.
I would say a conservative would have a high probability to finish that video, and a liberal has very low probability to finish the video. Vengadilo, remember to subscribe.
Black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the...
Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
First of all, Obama, the black guy just like you, did it even more and with way less due process. And even if Trump does it less, the whole idea that they were a mess is because you doxed them.
It's not MAGA that unalives over 1 million children every year. It's Democrats. It's not MAGA that supports mutilating children and calls it gender affirmation care. It's Democrats. It's not MAGA that refuses to unseal Jeffrey Epstein's court documents and evidence. It's Democrats.
It keeps getting worse.
Because you don't do the research. It seems there's a judge in Florida that is a Democrat appointed by Obama. They keep saying, yeah, but the info in there, it's not gonna really help anyone. So before you say it's Trump's fault, do some research.
It's not MAGA that lost thousands of children at the border. It's Democrats. It's not MAGA that refuses to impose harsher penalties on child offenders. It's Democrats.
I'm turning more gray.
It wasn't MAGA who refused to stand up and clap for a child survivor of cancer. It was the Democrats.
Oh, I'm out.
When it comes to the safety of children, the greatest danger is the Democrat Party.
I thought for sure this guy's account had to be satire. I'm like, that cannot be real. That has to be satire.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
I mean, it might be 1 second of no clapping by milady in pink.
His bio says, just a conservative dad trying not to raise leftist children. It baffles me how they think we're the brainwashed party. I honestly think I feel like I'm stuck in the upside down. Can somebody send help? Can somebody shake the snow globe and help me get back out? Please give me a follow so you don't miss any more of my political sass in your feed.
Let me say it like this. The fact that this person has 129,000 followers kind of proves my point.
At what point, for the good of the country, do you need to change your strategy to try to negotiate a deal with them?
It's a great question. Manu asks, why don't I change my strategy? I don't have any strategy, Manu. I'm doing the right thing, the clearly obvious thing, the traditional thing. That's exactly what Chuck Schumer voted for in March of this year and gave impassioned speeches was the right and only thing. I don't have anything to negotiate. I'll say this again to everyone here. We did not load up the temporary funding bill with any Republican priorities or partisan priorities at all. I don't have anything that I can take off of that document to make it more palatable for them. So all I am able to do is come to this microphone every day, look right into the camera and plead with the American people, as Chairwoman McClain said, to call your Senate Democrats and ask them to do the right thing. We're not playing games. They're playing a game. We're not. The strategy is to do the right and obvious thing and keep the government moving for the people.
Why don't we closer to their position?
Their position is this, Manu. Their position is they want to spend $1.5 trillion in your tax dollars to fund nonsense overseas. They want to give $200 billion to illegal aliens. We are not going to do that.
It's not that Republicans are changing. It's just left-leaning people are changing so much that they don't want to support that bill. And what does the bill call? Help everybody. I don't know, it's a joke, you get my point. But what you read in the title never reflects what they're going to do in my experience. It's like going watch a movie. Hey, it's a Disney movie? No, a horror.
If you hate our country, if you are inciting violence, if you are siding with terrorists, we have revoked the visas of pro-Hamas individuals in our country who are engaging in some of the campus shutdowns and locking down American universities. We are not going to tolerate illegal behavior. We're not going to allow you to side with assassins and terrorists. Having a visa to this country is a privilege. It is not a right. And if you are wishing death upon America, you won't be welcome here.
I can understand somebody in another country comes to a new country, demands I hate you, but at the same time I want you to take care of me and the country that I just left. And if I disagree with that, I'm a bad person. I'm like, what the heck is that? Yeah, it's your fault I came here. Really? No, you didn't.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Durloqueta verdeta welcome.